Alright, welcome to this new shader tutorial video. In the last video, we were discussing about UV and how to sample a texture we assign in a channel. Please check it out if you haven't and you want to get a bit, have the grounds up to what we are going to build here. Now our next step, as I mentioned, is to get creative with this texture, because sampling a simple image is, I mean, if you haven't if you haven't found this line online and now you say, oh, I can sample, it get creative's idea. But let's define a bit of the polar coordinate from the UV. What we want to do is to define a polar coordinate from the UV. So now we're going to query the UV on a much like circular approach. It's not the most rigor definition, but I'm gonna say polar UV, and to define polar coordinate from the UV we have defined here. What we have to do is to pass the A tangent of the uv.x and uv.y, and we also need to know like how actually like what's the length of the UV. So what's the length? It kind of works like that. We pass the length to the UV, and now if I'm just going to show you the polar UV .x and .y. I mean, it's a bit weird because we are working from from 0 to 1. So as we saw earlier in the first video, like it's gonna work. So like it's gonna create an effect, but the best way to do that, we need to remap the UV between -1 to 1. But I can show you, you know, like if I reassign this to my texture, I could query using the polar UV, and you kind of see the effect we want to achieve, but it's not that much what we want, because we would be very better if this guy, like the 0, 0, would be at the center. So for doing that, we're going to remap the UV between -1 and 1. So just to show you what we are doing right now, I'm going to assign my UV. My voice is so broken, I'm sorry. And so the trick, as we saw in the first video, is we what do we do here? We divide by z, and we minus 0.5, and we multiply it by di resolution.xy. There we go. So now we have the UV between 0 and 1. And if I show you back my polar UV over there, we could actually swap. Oops. I'm just going to put everything to black for now and show you my polar UV.x and polar UV.y. And now if I query it using these one, we're going to, well, have a little circular thing, right? It's not the most it's as mentioned, it's not the most oh, that's a black and white, but still have some fun, because just from that we can create some effects, some interesting effects. And what I love to do is kind of treat those as like a layer, or basically as a way, like, because right now it's quite pretty obvious we sample a texture with fucked up UV. But if we like do stuff like, you know, we could take 1 minus this color. So if we go to 1 minus this color, now we are That was not what I expected. I'm sorry. But we could also change how it gets sampled. So if we multiply like with iTime, it's the sign of iTime, and we hit play, it kind of create these kind of effects. And already, we can start to shape some ideas. As mentioned, the reason I'm using it is because I'm going to treat this guy mostly as a mask, and I'll modify a bit the output. So this way I'm going to have like a creative ideas or creative stuff to work with. But that was just the first part. In the next video, we're going to create, as mentioned, a kind of a infinite moving hole in space. I don't know how to create it. So see you next time.